very nature. Sudarshan Kriya is bringing a harmony between all those Chita.
23 hours, give it to anyone, but take a time with yourself for 1 hour. When we normally people think about what is the difference between normal exercises and yogic practices, right?
Hello everyone, greetings from G. Krishnan and welcome back to my YouTube channel G. Krish TV. I welcome once again Ganesji for the interesting and important session of my interview, The Benefits of Yoga. Welcome Ganesji. Thank you for that interesting information you gave in part 1. Now everybody is eager to know about the benefits of yoga.
Well, yoga in a broader term, when we talk about it, 20,000 years ago, when the Vedas, call came up, Patanjali Maharishi, who actually derived all that from the Rig Veda, prepared various, the 8 limbs of yoga. I would first like to talk about the 8 limbs, then I come to the yoga part of it. Because that's the origin of it. From there, they all derived and then offered to the whole world. It was Patanjali Maharishi, was an exponent who was preparing the whole program. In the 8 limbs of yoga, where the yogic part of it, that's all the asanas part of it, is 1. And then comes to the pranayam, that is focusing the breath, taking the breath to different parts of the body. We call it life force energy, taking it to different segments. So these are the 2 areas where he dealt with, and the 8 is too elaborate to go through that. The 2 areas where he focused on that, which is a root cause or responsible to regenerate the whole system and align ourselves to establish harmony in oneself. So this is how this whole thing works. So yoga, the word itself derived from a Sanskrit word yuj. Yuj means union. Union of what? Body, the mind and the spirit. All these are beautifully combined by practicing this. When we normally people think about what is the difference between normal exercises and yogic practices, right? So the yoga is a very graceful, gentle movement, stretching the body along with synchronizing with the breath. That is the difference. Normally when we do work on the treadmill or go for a workout and come back, we are so tired, we want to take rest. Whereas when people do the yoga, immediately after that, they feel a total regeneration, and then you can get on to your day after doing the practice. So it's like that. So yoga in a broader terminology, when we talk about it, it is for a total well-being, or in other words, establish a harmony with oneself. So that's what I can say.
Here I got a question. If somebody does yoga regularly, is walking required to be done every day?
See, some form of physical activity is a must. There is no compromise at all. People suffering from heart problems, people have their triglyceride very high, the other ailments, doctors specifically say, particularly the diabetes, they must walk, they must do. This is something which is a supplementary thing, whereas they can reduce the number of hours or number of duration of their walking time can be reduced, but there is no compromise for that. They should continue to carry on. There are people who go for the gym and then other workout aerobic techniques, and some of them do the games also, tennis, squash and so on. So they should continue to carry on all that. This is something which they need to incorporate, and it's not going to take much of a time. 15 minutes of a time is more than enough for practicing yoga along with the rest of the practices which people already doing it, right? So that's how one should be. One need not compromise at all. They should continue to carry on the existing or the present practices.
From what age one has to start this yoga?
Interestingly, even a kid is demonstrating the yoga to us. We learn a lot of things from the kid at a very tender age. When before they come to squatting position, they do a lot of asanas, all the postures they demonstrate. So normally when they get a knowledge about it, when even children see the, along with the elders and some parents, they watch and then practice it like that. So normally 4 or 5 years, when they're ready, they can definitely do that. And there is no upper age limit. It's all depends upon every individual, how the individual is, the body cooperates with them. Accordingly, they can take up this thing in a phased manner. Here, one should not overdo anything. That is most important. So they need to, they must draw their own line. How the body is flexible enough to go through that. Accordingly, they can go ahead with the program.
What about the penetration in the villages, the yogic practices?
In fact, I must tell you, these days, wonderful awareness is created on the whole. Right now, due to the pandemic period, we don't do the offline program. Everything is being done online. Program. And some of our programs has penetrated already into the Panchayat Union level. Some of the remote villages also people are doing it, where the internet facility is there, the signal strength is very good, and they are all practicing our program. Many places I get, because right now I am doing all the online program, where people come from remote village and join there. Yes.
Does farmer need a yogic exercise? Farmers?
Yes, definitely people are already engaged in strenuous practices, physical activities. They don't really require, but still there is a time when they can't go to the field and do that kind of very hard work. At the time they can practice this very simple way. 15-20 minutes of practice will really immensely help them to be prepared any time to go to the field and work on that. When the days where they are not actually going to the field doing the plowing or any kind of agricultural activity, but when they are at home, because it is said, if you rest, you rust. We should not rest too long. When they rest too much, at the time what will happen when there is a need to go, at the time the physical body will not cooperate to get onto that. In order to tune the system, what is most important, right at the moment, sir, we have all the radio stations, TV stations, everything is right here. What is required is a gadget and appropriate, wavelength. We need to tune it exactly the same way. The system is also like that. So when the system, we constantly tune the system is available to us to function very dynamically and then get on to our day. That's most important.
So what about the people involved in sport activities?
All the more there are people who, because it's not, yoga is not only confined to the physical part of it. As I mentioned earlier, it is breath goes along with that, and breath is an intimate relationship with the mind, because mind cannot be attended or handled directly. So through the breath we can bring the mind to a focused manner in whatever the activity where they are engaged in. So at the time they will be able to focus and do that. So sports requires a lot of attention. So this practices will immensely help sportsmen also to do that. I mean, in India, so many sportsmen, people, we had an exclusive course for the cricketers also.
I see.
This program, yes.
So what about the Sudarshan Kriya? I think that is the branding of AUL.
Yeah.
By Ravi Shankar ji. Can you give the details?
Amazing, a revolutionary, I can say it is a revolutionary technique on the whole. It is also a breathing technique, very simple and easy to practice. So let me first tell you what is Sudarshan Kriya means. Su means the truth, the right, correct, proper, right? And Darshan means vision. And Kriya is a purifying action. A purifying action, an action by which we look at ourselves, the true nature of oneself. So that is what is Sudarshan Kriya is all about. And there is a rhythm in the nature. The seasons are changing according to your rhythm. There is a rhythm in our body also. We sleep, we'll feel hungry, sleepy, thirsty, and biological needs. Everything is happening with a particular set of rhythm, right? And then there is a rhythm in our thoughts also. Sometimes in the morning when we get up, the thoughts are very cohesive and clear. There is total clarity. We are able to take decisions faster. Sometimes we procrastinate, we postpone our decision, right? Similarly, there is a rhythm in our emotions also. Without any rhyme or reason in the morning, we are very jubilant and very happy. And sometimes we are very depressed and low. Isn't it happen to you also, right? So it happens for everybody, right? So that way, what happened? There is a rhythm in everything. Obviously, there must be a rhythm in order to bring about harmony in the whole system. So the rhythm is nothing but the self, you know. The rhythm of our breath is the rhythm of our being. So using the breath, right, to a particular rhythm, it can invoke or take us to a beautiful state of mind. At the same time, we will find naturally harmonizing every inch of our body. This is so beautiful and wonderful. By this, what actually happens is the oxygenated blood supply runs through the system, energizing every cell of the system. And when this runs to the brain, automatically one is very enthusiastic, at the same time very cheerful, without any rhyme or reason is happy. That's most important. There's nothing need to really make a person happy, because our nature, we are endowed and bestowed with that, is that joy, happiness, peace of mind. Everything is within ourselves. Now when we look at a mirror, if we can't see the image properly, there could be only two reasons. One is either there is a dust covered on the mirror, or mercury at the back of it is not properly coated. So we take a duster and wipe it out, or coat a mercury at the back of it, you can really see the image. Similarly, exactly the same way, our system has it all. So what is needed to lead a very dynamic life, we don't talk about complacency at all in life. We say we must be very dynamic in action. At the same time, we talk about serene dynamism. You keep the inner core undisturbed, but vibrant externally. Contact the world very well. What is needed at the right point of time, right thing to do, and the right decision to take at the point of time, and then carry on, right? So how do we really achieve that? In order to, when we invoke our natural rhythm, that is only with the breath. So that is beautiful technique that we teach in our meditation and breath workshop, the Sudarshan Kriya, and that automatically is easy to practice. Every day we need to practice only 10 minutes after the practice is over. That's it.
Okay. Say everyone is very busy in day-to-day life.
Right.
How much time minimum one has to spend for a yoga?
For the whole practice, when yoga, we have the Hatha Yoga, the whole practice of stretches and various other, the other processes goes along with that, and the breathing technique, everything put together. 1 hour a person has to, take an appointment with themselves. So I normally tell people, give 23 hours to
nice
anyone.
To hear that. Give an appointment to self.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
23 hours, give it to anyone. But take a time with yourself for 1 hour. That is why in those days you must have heard people saying that before you go out, go within. So how to go within, that is a question. And that is answered in the Art of Living program. How to go within and come out shining and flowering. So that is what it is.
One does Sudarshan Kriya, is it sufficient? Maybe the weekends, when he finds on a Saturday, Sunday, he can do the long Kriya? We have that procedure?
It is not like that. Every day one has to practice. Because any practice for that matter, you can attain perfection or you can say a long drawn benefits out of that, because it's a time tested technique, time tested and a proven technique. So it has done wonders to the people around, right? By practicing it on a regular basis. That's why I said we just need to take the practice depending upon the time available. You can say segment by segment, which one you want to do it, you are most welcome to do it. But Sudarshan Kriya practice must be done on a daily basis. Weekly, of course, we have a different program. On a holidays, we all meet at the time, we have different practices. We have refreshers.
Sir, how many centers approximately all over India?
See, it's all thousands of it right now, because even in Chennai itself we have 62 centers now. Chennai
62.
itself. Yeah.
I see. Okay.
So many centers have come up. It's all right now. We are not operating on a center basis because we can't move around anywhere. Now, most convenient people at their comfort of the home can do this program online. Just hook themselves with the Zoom connection, and then they are available. Just 2 hours. They don't have to travel. They don't have to take any means of transport to reach a place and do that. So it's easier for everybody to do it online. And centers, all the centers right now, I must say, instead of centers, I must say all the teachers in all over India, all over the world, are all now doing it online now. It's easy for them to practice, both for the teacher and the thought, both of them, the participants also, they enjoy that. It is as good as we are interacting like physically when we do that.
Okay.
Exactly the same way. Yeah.
Sir, how many levels of trainers? Yeah, super trainer, or what is it hierarchy of your training?
I would say it's not a hierarchy. Guruji, Sri Ravi Shankar ji, has blessed some people to do the basic program, and some of them they do the advanced level programs, right? Some of them the teacher training program. Like that, we have levels are there, and he has identified the competent person, right person to handle the right program. It's like that. So there is no hierarchy, because I normally tell I'm the first to volunteer. I was first teacher of Tamil Nadu, which we know that. And I always say I'm the first to volunteer. Everybody is, we all come voluntarily to do the service. That kind of a service I have taken up is the dissemination of knowledge, taking this beautiful knowledge to as many people as possible. And like that, each one is contributing. Each one is doing it. Like right now, you are doing this beautiful seva of taking this knowledge to many viewers now. Many people come to know about, mainly because of your seva, right? Like that, our whole organization is a service, a volunteer-driven organization, we can say that. So that's how it works.
Okay, you were mentioning about the basic yoga, then you were mentioning the next level of yoga.
Yeah.
If one does the basic yoga, is that sufficient? I mean, given the day-to-day time availability, if one does, and how does it differentiate the second level? How far it is beneficial compared to the basic?
No, obviously it is very simple. In anything, there are so much to learn. So much to learn. In a short time, we can't give everything at one go. So it requires some time for them to first assimilate, absorb, and put it in practice on a day-to-day basis. Let them come with that, yes, there is a light and merit in the program, the first level program which I have done, right? And then automatically people, they themselves feel, I must go in for the second one. That's why second one is little long drawn program, right? It is like going to a holiday with themselves. Normally go with holiday with a group of people. It is taking a holiday with themselves. It is like this beautiful time. It's a silence program. We put them into silence, and the program goes on. It goes on so beautifully. People enjoy. They don't want to come out of it. They still would like to remain there. But we can't remain there. We have to get on to our normal routine and work.
Ganesji, you well explained the benefits of yoga. So it will be more useful to our viewers if we can demonstrate a few yogic practices.
Sure. First and foremost, we are not exercising our lungs to the full capacity. Particularly for the viewers, I want to tell you certain simple practices which you can take it up, and then this will immensely help you. The benefits part of it, I will come to it later. Right now, first we need to check, are we exercising our lungs to the full capacity? What I suggest is, first you keep your left hand on your stomach and then right hand on your chest, right? Now we are going to practice a yogic breathing. That means you have to take your breath in, make sure your tummy bloats, just a movement on the left hand, and then the chest fills, and then you find there is an expansion on the chest. Then you will also feel there is a gentle movement on your shoulder or the clavicle going up. So this is an indication you are filling your lower lobe, middle lobe, upper lobe. Just about 10-15 breaths like this, deep breath in and out in the morning, first thing in the morning before your breakfast. When you do this one, this is something wonderful. You can feel instant energy flowing. Okay, this is called yogic breathing. Number 2, you keep your hands like this, make a loose fist, arms tucked to your body, palm facing outside. All you need to do is, you have to just throw your hands up, open your fingers as you breathe in, right? Breathe in, throw your hands up. And imagine you are holding a rolling shutter handle, pulling it powerfully down, right? So throw your hands up, breathe in, bring your hands back to the position and breathe out. That's it. Like that you do 15 to 20 times. Just I'll demonstrate once again. Powerful exhalation, right? So the breath really gushes out. It's a normal breath, but you're breathing out fully. All the impurities in the system, the bronchial congestion, the sneezing, all the muck blocked there, everything will come out. Make sure your tissue or hanky by the side of you. Okay. So this is number 2. Third one is, you have a lot of things to do, so many decisions to take, and the other one we are going to do is called Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. Nadi Shodhan is you are checking your Nadi. For every one of us, 1 hour we breathe through the left nostril, another 1 hour it comes through the right nostril. So one nostril is dominant every 1 hour. Okay, then keep your left hand on the chin mudra. It's called chin mudra. Your index finger, thumb, tip of that you hold it. All your fingers straightened out, palm facing the ceiling, right? And then keep it there. Thumb touching the right nostril, index finger and your center finger touching the center of your eyebrows, ring finger and small finger touching the left nostril. All you need to do is keep your back straight, head straight, and then breathe in through the left nostril very slowly and breathe out through the right nostril. You hold it on the left side and breathe out through the right. Okay, and then breathe in through the right, hold it, breathe out through the left. Just continue for 10 rounds like that, and there will be so much clarity. The mind is so calm, composed, more relaxed. So do this in an order. First do the yogic breathing, breathe in fully and breathe out completely, right? And then do the Bhastrika, that is dynamic, rapid breathing. And the third one is the Nadi Shodhan Pranayama. Okay.
Thank you, Ganesji. It was very delightful. It was a wonderful presentation for our G Krish TV viewers.
This is my pleasure.
This yogic practice, is there any restriction?
See, once pregnancy is confirmed, one should not do this practice. That is for sure. Okay, because there are a lot of metabolic changes that take place. That must be under direct guidance of the doctor. Only they will do that. Also, if there is a surgery, abdominal surgery, after 3 months of surgery, you can definitely carry on, right? There's no restriction.
After 3 months they can.
Yeah, they can carry on. See, they know pretty well what they can do, what they can't do, right? So, depends upon their own condition, and they will be able to carry on this. That's not a problem. And this is not a strenuous program. So, the whole practice that we do, both breathing as well as yogic practices, it is a very easy for everyone to practice easily.
Okay, thank you for that useful information. My last question to you, Ganesji. Yoga, can it be practiced by all faith?
Certainly, because what we do is, in the cosmic, there's everything is available in abundance, and we only regulate, take the prana, the life force, and regulate inside, and take it to different channels, right? Here, there is no Hindu breath or Muslim breath or Christian breath, because it's there, and we inhale and exhale. And first act of an individual is inhalation, and the last act is exhalation. irrespective of what religion or faith
It's true.
they belong to. So these practices is for all. So everyone can practice it. And in fact, we don't touch upon any religious things at all. There's no religious connotations in this program. There's no spiritual connotations, I can say. Spiritual connotations in this program. So it's all about how they can tune the system, and then the system is available to them to contact the world very dynamically and very vibrantly lead a life. In other words, how to enhance the quality of one's own life. For this program will be of immense help.
In nature, Sudarshan Kriya is bringing a harmony between all those rhythm of the body, breath, mind, intellect, memory, ego, the 7 layers which we are made up of. So it takes more than just 20 minutes to learn. But once you learn it, then it's a do-it-yourself program. You can do it 10 minutes every day, half an hour once a week. Then it just keeps you in good spirit.
Thank you, Ganesji. It was a wonderful presentation. I had the satisfaction of having a full course meal in a 7-star hotel.
Yeah.
So, very nice of you, beautifully explained. In both the parts, you explained the efforts taken by AUL, especially by Guru Sri Ravi Shankar ji, and also carrying the activities through so many volunteers like you throughout the world, which benefits the humankind. Hope the viewers of G Krish TV would have enriched themselves on the practices of yoga, had more information on AOL, that is Art of Living Foundation, founded by Gurudev Sri Ravi Shankar ji, and we had a best expert in the show today explaining the nuances of yoga, and also he demonstrated few yogic exercises for the benefit of viewers. On behalf of G Krish TV, I thank Ganesji once again, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel G Krish TV. Thank you.